What's going on YouTube? Examples here, coming at you with a little bit of a different video today. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell am I looking at? Well, you're actually looking at the side of my sofa seat right now, and obviously my floor alongside it. And the reason behind this is I thought to myself, I'm looking to move out of my current place at the moment, and I've never brought you guys a setup video of my current setup where I sit and I make my videos and obviously I stream and all that kind of stuff. So I thought to myself, before I end up moving properties and getting a different setup and bringing you guys a setup video there, I thought I'd bring you my current setup that I have here at my current flat. And then when I do end up getting my 2-bed and I end up like making my setup in my 2-bed flat, I'll then bring you guys the setup there as well. So this right here that you're looking at in this corner is my setup that I currently use. Yes, it is in my front room or my living space at this moment in time. Unfortunately, I don't have any room in my bedroom to put it in there, and I don't have any room anywhere else in this property to be able to put it anywhere. So that is why it is in my living space in that corner over there. Hence why I'm looking to get myself a 2-bed property at the moment. So I'll run you through some of the things that I have over here in this particular setup. Some of the things I can't remember specs on, or I can't remember the name or anything like that. I do apologise about that, guys, but it's more of a setup video to say, look, this is what I'm currently using. And then when I do end up moving out, you guys can obviously see the transition and the changes I make when I do end up making a brand new setup. So first things first, the chair that I sit on is literally just a standard office chair, nothing too fancy. It does the job. I do have to sit on a pillow because it's not the most comfortable of chairs, but it is the chair that I currently use, and it gets me through my gaming. It gets me through everything that I'm doing on my PC. So it is a great chair. In my personal opinion, I will definitely be changing it, however, when I move out for something different. But for now, it does work a absolute treat. So if I sit down at this chair, this is like the kind of view that I get if I'm sat back here. So I've obviously got 2 monitors, my microphone, my keyboard and mouse, and then I've got like a printer with a couple of controllers on there, my PS4 and my Xbox. I'll get to everything in just a second. If I stand back up and I'll go through the 2 monitors that I have. So I have 2 BenQ monitors. This one is a GL2460. It doesn't have an HDMI import, hence why I got a second monitor. I was always going to get a second monitor anyway, but this does not have a HDMI import, hence why it's the main PC monitor. So whenever I'm live streaming, anything like that, that is where all the chat and everything will go. Even when I'm making videos, obviously my like my video previews will be on this particular one right here. And then this monitor right here is a BenQ GL2450. This one does have the HDMI import, which is obviously why I have got my my consoles plugged into this this bad boy rather than the other monitor. And as you can see, I have been playing some Rocket League recently. I've loaded it up ready for a little bit of a session after I do record this particular video, because it is a game that I want to bring you guys on this channel going forward. I do know that I said to you guys that I was going to make it a first-person shooter channel, but I want to bring you some different content. So I thought to myself, why not play Rocket League whilst I can't play the likes of Last Man Standing, H1Z1, and also PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. So that will be coming onto my channel at some point in the near future for you guys to enjoy. But that is the second monitor that I do use. This is a webcam that I actually ended up picking up today, and I've already forgotten the specs on it, but it is about £45 on Amazon. It's a Logitech HD webcam. Basically, I used to use this webcam right here, and for whatever reason last night it packed up on me. I couldn't get it to work in OBS. For whatever reason, it just wasn't working for me. So I ended up buying this one through... Oh, I just hit my monitor. Didn't mean to do that. I bought this one through Amazon Prime last night, came today, set it all up, it works fine, so I'm very, very happy with that one. I have the Astro A40s that were the like the Xbox edition that came with like the Xbox adapter rather than the mix amp that I have it plugged into just here. It used to be in just obviously instead of having that, it used to have a adapter that literally just plugged into the bottom of the Xbox One controller, and that was fine for when obviously I was playing competitive Call of Duty or didn't actually have a PS4 and everything was played for myself on the Xbox, that worked a treat. But now that I have both the Xbox, the PS4, and I will be playing on obviously the PC games, I do need that particular mix amp. So I ended up buying myself a mix amp for my my Tritons. Used to have Tritons, my Astros even. So I do love my A40s. They are probably the best headset I've had so far. I do know that obviously Turtle Breach have brought out their new like tournament ready ones. There's tournament ready Astros. But I said to myself, what's the point of me getting tournament ready headsets when I'm not going to be playing competitive games at this moment in time or in the near future? So that is why I have the standard Astro A40s there. So I've got obviously a standard like desktop mic there. It does the job. It cost me about 30 quid, I think, when I picked it up. Obviously, nowadays, that's fairly cheap for a microphone. It does the job. It's a USB microphone rather than using like all the fancy stuff. So I can just literally plug it into my PC and record my voice, edit my voice through my PC, etc., etc. So I do use just a basic standard USB microphone, I guess you could say. Again, I can't remember what actual microphone that is. I do apologize. When I go and end up moving into my 2-bed, I'll have all of the details for you guys, so everything I have, so you know exactly what it is, exactly what specs they are, where you can get it, etc. But I just thought to you guys, I wanted to bring you something a little bit different today, so I thought I'd bring you guys a setup video. So let's move on to my keyboard and mouse. Obviously, I've got a SteelSeries mouse here. This is actually on the way out, and I say that because it's just a mouse that I've had for a couple of years now. I wanted something different, so that is going to be going out when I move out. And so is my Sharkoon keyboard as well. This will be disappearing when I move out. I don't have like top end stuff to replace it with, but I do have a couple of TechNet bits. So I've got a TechNet keyboard and a TechNet mouse there ready to be replacing these two bits here for when I do end up moving into my new place, whenever that will be. Haven't got anywhere yet, but when I do get somewhere, these two will be replaced with the stuff I've just shown you. And then when I get further down the line, I might end up upgrading to a better mouse and a better keyboard. I do understand it's a downgrade really from this particular mouse to the other one, so I might keep the same SteelSeries mouse. I might just change my keyboard. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll figure that out when we end up going to moving out and obviously moving into a new setup. And then down here, as I pointed out, I've got my PS4, I've got my Xbox, I've got a standard PS4 controller and a standard Xbox controller. And then I used to be sponsored by Nifty Customs. I don't even know if these guys are around anymore, but this was the controller I got off of them during the course of, I think it was Advanced Warfare that I picked this up. Basically, it was like their version of a SCUF, and except the paddles was like across the back here. And then you've got like buttons there and on the same on the other side. But as you can see, my paddle ended up coming off, so I just took it all off. And it's basically just a normal like PS4 controller now, just with like buttons that do still work in like the sense of I can still press the button and it still is mapped to the button it's mapped to. But I never really use it. I just use my PS4 controller or my Xbox controller whenever I need to use that. And obviously I've got a printer if I ever want to print anything out, which is highly unlikely, but it's there if I need it. And then down to my PC. Now this is the PC that I currently have. Obviously, as I stated, I think in a Black Ops 2 video, this PC will not run anything along the lines of CSGO, H1Z1 or PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, hence why I'm not bringing you guys those games at this moment in time. But when I move out, again, this will be upgraded to a proper gaming PC, so that way I can bring you guys that particular content on both live streams and also on video as well. But that's pretty much my setup at this moment in time. Obviously, I've got a standard desk with the drawer for the mouse and keyboard. When I move out, I don't want this drawer. I want everything just on like a desktop like this, all there. And I forgot to mention, I do have some speakers. They're just standard speakers for my PC just there as well. So that's pretty much my setup, guys. It's nothing like amazing, as I said. It's nothing too fancy. It's not like massive. But when I end up moving out, I will be making a lot of upgrades, a lot of changes. So I will bring you a new setup video when I do end up moving into my new place. But nevertheless, guys, that is the end of today's video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like rating and subscribe to the channel for more content. If you guys have anything you want to recommend for my new setup, please leave it in the comment section down below. I'll have a look at it and bear it in mind when I do end up moving out and getting a new place. But nevertheless guys, that's everything for today. I'll see you tomorrow.